And Cap or Kaiser, did anybody happen to catch that?
Yeah, I catched it. That was pretty usual. It was some slow from D-Sham and he just died basically
Was it
from
slow?
slow.
Was there a gust or anything coming out from Zephyr, or did Soul Reaper maybe
I did not
overplay?
catch that. I did not see that. I think Soul Reaper just overplayed it. I think he got catch off guard in the forest by D-Sham. Maybe it was
Yes, that's
stacking.
exactly what happened. D-Sham and Soul Reaper were just basically by themselves in the forest. Soul Reaper just ran to the side, possibly looking at that 4-minute rune is, I believe, what he was going for. And D-Sham, smart enough, didn't see Soul Reaper in lane, tracked him down in the forest and it got a kill from it. So.
Yeah, and as we're saying that action on top, Fade and Slither picking up a kill on Corrupt the Disciple. So, that CD, as you had stated earlier, his whole job is going to be just to survive, and it looks as though he can't even do that against this seemingly aggressive combo, Slither and Fade. Neither with 600 range, neither with huge forms of burst. I mean, Slither maybe a little bit, but, how is that lane playing out there, top Kazor?
Well, I think Corrupted Disciple is still having a really tough time, but right now I think actually Soul Reaper is having a much tougher time though. Sapphire is going behind the tower, basically gusting away the creeps in
Action mid, actually, we do see
towers.
Fade coming in with the stun and what form of burst he can do. Silence going off by Defiler, so there's not going to be any nukes from Plague. They're trying to chase down Plague. Chronos blinking in, though, going to slow Fade. Fade getting nuked as well, but Plague actually going down. Should not have done that. Would have been able to get out. D-Sham picking up the kill on Fade. Hanny, great tower dive. I'm kind of upset that Plague turned around to get that nuke off. I think he would have been able to get out if he did not. But, somewhat maybe a lucky turn of events for Hanny over there, who normally, when you think about Hanny when it comes to Dota, he does not need luck. What do you think about the new acquisitions, though, of KDE, of Hanny and Levent, Cap?
I gotta say, so far I've really liked their playstyle. I think they're bringing the best of Dota over to the HoN competitive scene. So we're definitely seeing some tough teams coming out from some of these Dota players joining HoN teams, and I think overall it's just going to be a huge boost to the player skill overall in these competitive matchups. So I'm loving Hanny right now. I think he's doing a pretty good job with Fade. It's very interesting to see. I personally haven't had a whole lot of time to be able to experiment with Fade, so it's great to see a professional player like Hanny, really showing us exactly how to use her. So.
Yeah, and we do have D-Sham and Zephyr coming in here trying to get a pick maybe on this Defiler. Defiler not seeing this, and Chronos blinking in. D-Sham coming in, nukes going off everywhere. Defiler dropping nearly instantaneously, and it looks as though this Team 5 is going to be able to push this action on top. Fade actually picking up a kill on Corrupt the Disciple with Slither. And wow, so back and forth action. We do see Defiler dropping in mid, but then in return CD dropping on top. Game's all tied 3-3, 7.5 minutes in. Zephyr is trying to push the tower with the rest of the team here. He should be creep advancing shortly using those tornadoes that he actually doesn't have. I take it back. He's completely out of cyclones right now, so not the greatest pushing potential right now. Trying to get some cyclones by killing that archer. The tower should go down here though. And there it is. So Busca picking up the tower kill. That's going to increase his gold per minute from about 300 to 360. He's got to be happy. Already with Helm of the Black Legion, nearly unkillable between the healing that the tornadoes do and Helm of the Black Legion. And he is taking a look at his gold right now. Almost there at Shamans, or at least upgraded boots. I mean, he's sitting on 1,000 gold right now. Kazor, Zephyr, when he gets buffed, how do you think that's going to play out into this mid game?
Well, right now Zephyr is getting huge though. I think it's gonna be really great. I don't really know how they can counter him. I guess that the Follow can maybe try eat him up, and Soul Reaper is great.
Actually, a bit of
against
action in
Zephyr.
mid. Chronos
Yeah.
getting a huge amount of burst being done on him and stunned and silenced, but he is going to be able to get out. And it does look as though Zephyr was coming in to try and help him out there. Now he's going to take over this mid lane farm. Sorry to cut you off. As you were saying, though?
Yeah, I'm telling that. I think that Sapphire is going to be pretty huge in this game, but if the game can go on for quite a while, then maybe Soul Reaper can counter that. I think he's going tank build, and then Soul Reaper may counter him. But he's getting very beefy at the moment. He's got to be happy about that, and even the tower kill that early.
Yeah, I gotta say right now, you know, things are going very well for Five. Of course, you know, with three carries like this, especially with a hard carry like Kronos, you know, they're really dominating the early game right now, and you can tell from the wards that are being put up by Five. You know, they're putting some really standard defensive wards, even though they've taken down middle tower. You know, they're even in hero kills. They're winning right now in the experience and gold, and it just goes to show that
Actually,
Five. Really
bottom
wouldn't
Kronos
like to see
getting
them.
popped. Actually, there was nothing he could do to get out of that one. Stunned, chain stunned, nuked, and he was done for. And we do see Slither coming in here. He may actually be looking to push this tower on bottom with the rest of the team. But as you were saying, Cap.
Well, just overall, you would normally like to see a team like Five, not doing so well in the early game and just trying to turtle as much as possible, and but in the end, right now, in this early game, they're winning, and it's just it's not something you want to see from KDE's point of view. So overall, I'd like to see, especially for KDE, a little bit of defensive, a little bit more wards coming up. They did actually recently place them, but also some counters. I think some strong roaming is going to be a really strong point here for keeping
Gang going off him in though. Zephyr trying to stay alive through this. I don't know if he's gonna be able to. Chronos blinking in, using a Chronosphere, and Zephyr blowing all of his tornadoes. Now using his ult, gonna get some of those tornadoes back. Probably gonna use those to also heal. And Defiler throwing a huge nuke out, almost killing Zephyr, but he's gonna be able to regen through it. And it does look as though no one's going down. And everything's going to go back to the way it was as usual. Soul Reaper needing to be careful here against this D-Sham Corrupt the Disciple combo. CD actually level 8, so he's, for having to do his 1-on-2 top versus Soul Reaper 1-on-2 bottom, him being 2 levels above Soul Reaper shows you that he's got to be happy with his performance so far. Kazor?
Yeah, absolutely, really happy. I don't know what more is that. I think that KD is really having a tough time though. But HoN is still getting farmed though. HoN is getting really farmed, and he actually almost killed Sapphire, that fat Sapphire, in actually one combination with one Defiler nuke, and that was really insane to watch actually. He was so close getting that kill.
Definitely. Well, it does look as though HoN is trying to come in somewhat as a carry here, but as you guys were saying, KDE, especially UCAP, with the early roaming of Andromeda, really not having a whole lot of lane presence, but instead kind of a gank presence and trying to just put potential pressure on these lanes. They should be winning this early game decisively, and although it seems they're up 4 kills to 3, their overall experience in gold, it's lower, and usually you don't see a team with a lead in hero kills really this far behind. But we do have, the push coming in by Defiler. Her ult's been out for quite some time. The defensive tower below half. D-Sham coming in with a slow. Zephyr should have everything up. Gusting Defiler forward. CD coming in with the ult. They are going to pick off this Defiler. So Defiler going down pretty fast there. And KDE looking a little sloppy right now. With these two pickups of Hanny and Levent, I really expected them to come in strong and take this game pretty easily, but right now Team 5 just seems to be crushing them. Cap?
Yeah, all around Five's doing a great job. They've been doing a good job, especially with that Andromeda roaming. Their wards were up, and they just had really good communication and map awareness to avoid the putting themselves in a poor position where Andromeda can pick somebody off in that lane. And which is part of the reason would allow them to win the early game so far, especially considering the fact that they've got 3 carries. So, just overall Five doing a great job. But over top, Zephyr actually running into Andromeda. Chrono's getting a blink in. They're probably going to take down Andromeda.
Yeah, that
easily
ward.
Here.
Yeah, that ward on top that 5 BDs has placed, I really got him a kill actually. Really interesting aggressive ward there.
Yeah, and while that was happening on bottom, we did see Soul Reaper coming in, and they picked up a kill on Corrupt Disciple, Soul Reaper, and Fade. So Fade, Hanny, showing us how to roam around and do some serious gank work. I'd say his Fade is playing fantastic. 2 or 3 kills top. We saw a couple really good ganks go off here. Yeah, he's got 2 assists and then 3 kills total. So it was 2